How our company got started making cabinets goes back to my father being a builder. From the time I was like 5 years old, he had me out on a job site cleaning up, picking up blocks. He believed in keeping everything very clean so you could work well. But he kept the mood of the job upbeat. So I learned a lot from him, building houses and remodeling. He actually might not have known him, but he taught me how to motivate people. He never would ask you to do something he wouldn't do himself. He would work right along with us. I learned to save material. He didn't believe in waste. If you bent a nail, you straightened it out with your hammer and you drove that nail. You didn't throw it on the ground. On top of that, he was not slow. He was very fast. Some people think you got to work real slow, but some of the fastest people get things done, they don't look like they're doing a lot, but they're getting a lot done. But he taught you how to do it fast and right. And those things is what helped us in the cabinet business. In 1957, 58, things slowed down, interest rates had jumped up. And so my brother and I, we'd done anything from digging a foundation with a pick and shovel all the way to putting roofing on. The only thing we didn't do was kitchen cabinets. That particular year, we actually built one small kitchen about 12 foot long out of 2 sheets of 90-pound plywood. From that point on, if we were building a house or remodeling, we started making our own cabinets. As we moved back to Ashland, the location where we're at now, there was about 6 acres. There was a cotton field here. We graded it off there and built a service station. My father wasn't interested in service stations. He just wanted to meet people. He said if I can meet them, of course I can get work from roofing to remodeling, because he would do it all. He'd build a new house. So that's what we were doing. And my brother moved up here a couple of years later, and we started making cabinets in a little building that we built to hold the materials to build the houses and, framing lumber and the studs and so on. It was in my front yard. So we started making cabinets at night and started making them for other builders. I can remember the first drill, Black & Decker drill that I bought. Looked at it quite a while. It's $39 in the catalog before we bought that drill. Back then, that was a lot of money. My father's brother in Atlanta, Uncle L, had some good tools from a cabinet shop he had back in the 1940s. And he was running a grocery store, but he had these tools in the back of his store, and they'd just been sitting there, and they were very good machines. A good rated arm DeWalt saw, swing saw, floor sanders, 2 Atlas table saws. I'd never seen these saws before. They were even better than Delta table saws. They were very good machines. And he didn't have any sons. He had some son-in-laws, and they didn't want these tools. So he sold them to us for $600, and we bought them back over here on a one-ton pickup. Built a 40 by 80 building right by the service station. My brother, he would sell the cabinets. We'd make them together. We'd go in and actually tear our kitchen out, take it out, put it back in a day. Betty and I had met in the 10th grade. She went to college for a short period of time, and I told her I was ready to get married, and she come back, and we got married. And got married, I think, around 18 years old. We needed to have a little fresher lumber, so I got to looking and try to put a little sawmill together. And I heard about one down here close to where we live now. And I went out to look at it, and evidently it had burned down in previous years. And some people that worked in our company had been around those sawmills back in their early days. And so they rebuilt that sawmill. We started sawing our own lumber. We had to roll the logs in on power poles and turn them by hand on the carriage. We finally bought a van, which is about 18, 20-foot van, International Lodestar van. And I'd go to Atlanta, I'd go to Birmingham and pick up materials, plywood, hardware, shelving board. As time went on, Scott Building Materials in Alexander City was building 20 low-rent housing units down in Wadley, Alabama. They asked us to make the cabinets. We made them, and those 20 units were so fast to build. We started contacting other builders, started making low-rent housing for many of the builders in the state of Alabama. Then we went on through other states, went to the Northeast, a lot of those high-rises. Atlanta, we done 2,000 units, major job, all at one time. We were sending like 2 trailer loads a day to Atlanta alone. Then we got into building apartments and done those throughout the Southeast mainly, and continued to do low-rent housing We've done that for a number of years. Military bases, basically from Texas all the way on the East Coast to New York. In 1986, my brother and I had done what's called a spin-off. We had two companies, Wellborn Cabinets, which is the original cabinet company right here in Ashland, Alabama. And then we had another company we'd formed a few years earlier to do what we call the contract business, the apartment work and so on, which had multi-housing. And it was called Wellborn Forest Products. He took that company called Wellborn Forest Products, and I continued with my 5 children with the Wellborn Cabinet. To define progress would be make it better and better each day and not to go backwards. If you try something new and it doesn't work, you can always work on it the next day. But you should constantly work on improvements to make it easier for the people in the plant, whether it's ergonomics or improving on material waste or improvement in layout of the plant. And I like to work with people that want to make those type of improvements. You solve problems and eventually come out and be able to make products that can serve a need for the American people every day in their lives, and make a product when they look at it and they say, I'm well pleased. By doing it all from the sawmill through and kiln drying your own lumber, you have control of the process. And to say we take a log, saw that log, kiln dry it, plane it, rip it, machine it into cabinet doors, face frames, properly make a great product that's very durable from oak, maple, cherry, hickory. It amazes me. I truly believe that American jobs are really important to this country. There's been many opportunities to buy product from overseas, such as doors, face frames, and parts for our cabinetry. But we always chose to make our product in-house and preserve the quality that we've established through the years. There's no need of going overseas to have products made when we can make it better here and have on-time deliveries and have a high-quality product. And we're going to continue to do that here. There's many families that work in this company and have worked here all their life. Many people have retired 25 years, 30 years, 40 years, and come back to work here after they retire. They're as dedicated as our family will ever be, and I appreciate that. And that's the reason we don't go overseas to have things made.